What is going on, YouTube? It is time for another Meathead movie review. I know it's been a while since I've done this, and I'm sorry for the lack of uploads. We just got a new puppy, and my God, she fucking sucked for the first week. And then I got sick, and then now the gym is pretty fucking packed, so it's really hard to like put a camera somewhere and like set up and record and all that jazz. So, you know what? It's okay. Life goes on. It's not like I get paid to make YouTube videos, but if you do actually enjoy my content and look forward to watching it, sorry for the lack of uploads. But here we are doing a Meathead movie review, and today on the chopping block is scary movie insert number. I can't even fucking remember what number it was. And this movie is by far the worst scary movie from the franchise that I've yet to see, like that I've ever seen. I actually would say it's safe to say that it's the worst, like raunchy. I think that's the category of movies, like parody movies, I've ever seen. And it was just so lazy. It was just so lazy. Don't get me wrong. I was super excited and super hyped that the Wayne brothers, Wayne, I can't remember their names. The brothers got back together and decided to make a movie again, and started to start making movies again, because it's been a long time since we've had that type of comedy. And I think I've missed it quite a lot. I still watch, every year I'll probably watch like all the scary movie franchise and vampires suck and things of that nature, just because I enjoy shitty movies like that. But you might be saying, well, then how is this movie bad? For you know context, all of the franchise movies that I remember from the scary movie franchise have had some sort of straight line going through them for plot. So you have a point A and a point B and nothing in between. Just like a general story. It builds, it has a climax, it has a resolution, all that jazz. And there's story behind it. And some of the movies are continuous or have continuity and stuff like that, which is nice. So it does feel like a well thought out movie, even though, it's shitty and there's stupid, childish jokes, which I think is the beauty of them. I I think they miss the mark. I think it has been so long since they've made a movie, and there has been so much that has happened, that they really just wanted to kind of compile it all into one big movie. And I give them credit. There was some jokes that landed, and there was some jokes that most jokes just really didn't land. And I don't think it's like my humor evolving or anything like that. I just think it was poorly executed. So, like I was saying, there's usually a point A, point B in these movies, a start and a resolution. Um, but this movie was kind of all over the place. I want to blame editors, if I'm being very honest. It felt like there was a story, but just like in the story, it just kept like going off track and doing another story and not finishing it, like half-ass stories. Like they had all sat in a boardroom, or maybe they were having a smoke session or whatever, and they're like, it'd be really fucking funny if we did this, or if we mentioned that, and we mentioned this, and like, um, sorry. Uh, like it just doesn't make it didn't go well together. It's like they decided, in that little board meeting or smoke sesh, whatever, however they do their business, that they just went, fuck it, put it all in there together. Fuck it, everything. So like a couple of things that just didn't make a lot of sense to me was like in the middle of the movie, in the middle of it, there's the reporter from the original movie. She's trying to compete with all the other younger TikToker and reporters and shit like that, and she decides to get the substance. If you've seen that movie, it's about I think Courtney Cox is the main character, and she goes and she's this older actress, and she's trying to keep up with the younger audience, and she's failing to do so, and she's losing her career, and she decides to go get this substance that makes her younger. But there's like rules and all the sorts of stuff. She like you know um shit. I don't. Yeah, I think she like comes out of like her old body and stuff like that, and like goes back into it or whatever. And there's rules, but they decided to do that or like make fun of it, right? And they called it the stuff. And then for some reason, that clown, I can't the Terrifier clown was there, and like he injects her full of what they're calling the stuff, which haha, that's funny. It's the same shit, right? But for some reason he's there, and he like gives her too much of it, and then like it shows her passing out, and then she comes out of the shell of her old self, and there's like peanut packaging peanuts or whatever, and I think that's a little funny. And then she comes out of it, and then she's looking at her hands. It's a first person POV, and then it goes to a mirror, and then like to where she's like, "Oh, big reveal! How do I actually look?" And she like wipes it, and it's I forgot which brother, but from White Chicks, like a nod to another one of their movies, and like they say something along the lines of, "You thought this was White Chicks? Nah, we ain't never making that," or some shit like that, right? Which is hilarious, and it's really actually fucking funny and cool, just in the wrong place. That is 100% something you do at like the end of a movie. Like I cannot think of that being like in the middle of the movie randomly. Like it literally like abruptly cuts from the main storyline, which there is one, right? You have to like kind of pay attention a little bit to like kind of be like, okay, yeah, they're following a Scream storyline. Um, but it's just so abruptly in there. Like it's one scene from Scream, the Scream timeline or plot line, and all of a sudden it's just that. And it's just like that was so incoherent. Like it just didn't make any logical sense to put it there. 100% that should have gone right at the end, or they could even cold opened with it. Like, or maybe not cold open, but like maybe show the reporter reporting something, and then she goes and does it right at the beginning. Those two places, beginning or end, I see it 100% making sense, and therefore being a lot funnier and making the plot line like a lot more coherent. Um, there was just so much going on. Like they made fun of Weapons, one of my favorite actual scary movies, or horror movies, whatever category you want to put it into. Um, and I'm all for it. Make fun of it. I love that you can make fun of shit. There's so many ways you could have made fun of it, but instead, Shorty basically bought a bunch of edibles, and like they put them out for candy for the children on accident, for on Halloween. And so like there's just a bunch of high kids running around the street, like doing the little Naruto run like how they did in the movie, and like they're screaming stuff, which I don't know, it almost felt a little forced. Maybe it's like boomer type shit. I don't know. Like it wasn't very funny. Like the stuff they were saying, they were just like, "I'm high as shit," like stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, the last kid, like, all right, the joke was already kind of half baked. It was like they had just learned about 6 7 or whatever. I still have yet to really understand that. But like one of the kids was just running, "Oh, 6 7 6 7," and like you got chuckles from the audience from it, but not much. Me, I thought that was just weird. Like, okay, yeah, we get it. You're aware of what's happening, but it wasn't that funny. Like, and it's sad to say because there you can tell there was someone was writing good jokes in that movie. It's hard to remember all of them, but for sure one of them was like they're making fun of Long Legs, another phenomenal like horror movie, like, suspenseful movie, whatever you want to. I don't know categories, but um, they're making fun of Long Legs, and like basically they're like, "That's him," and it's the guy with the little hand from the original movies. So it's real cool callback, and he's Long Legs, right? And there's like a black guy next to him, and like these two cops, a white chick and a black guy, and race is important in this context, right? They pull up, and like the black cop's like, "Yep, there he is," and he's looking at the black guy instead of Long Legs, even though they have like a full description and everything like that, like just kind of playing into the joke, like, hey, like, you know, uh, black violence and stuff like that, like police brutality. Um, and then he says something about like the white cop says something like, "Aren't you black?" And he goes, "I'm Candace Owens black." or something like that. And that's hilarious. That is a hilarious joke. Like, I'm butchering the execution on it, right? And I don't think this movie's good enough to sit through like most of the movie to watch that particular joke, but it was really good. So somebody in there was writing really good jokes. And somebody in there was also editing like a fucking moron. It was like they gave it to me and I edited it. And even then, I don't think I would have fucked it up that bad. Maybe like color grading and shit, right? But um, so essentially, this was the worst scary movie from the scary movie franchise. And it was a big disappointment because I was actually so excited for it when I first saw the trailer. I was so, so, so excited. And it just flopped. It was just not a good movie at all. And I know these aren't ever going to be movies, like even when they're well executed, or like even the most perfect version of that movie would never win an award or anything like that. But it just was lazy. And I hope like this was just them, you know, getting the rust off of them, or I don't know, phrases like that. But you know what I'm saying. Just getting back into it, dipping their toe back in the water, seeing if they can still swim. And based on this one movie, ooh, they might have to wrap it up. They might have to throw in the towel, or at least give us another two or three more shitty movies to kind of figure it out. But at the end of the day, 100%, this movie was not worth seeing in theaters. Wait for it to come on TV, if anything. If you have the subscription for whatever platform it lands on, go and watch it. If not, don't even fucking bother buying it. I don't think it's worth it. Wait for it to be free. And yeah, that was my movie review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you disagree with me, comment down below. If you agree with me, comment down below. If you loved that movie, you thought that was the best thing you've ever seen, tell me what part was your favorite part. Even if you hated the movie, there's still good parts in it. Tell me what was your favorite part. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, be safe.